Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. This is the Keshe Foundation Spaceship Institute public testimonial meeting. It's the 26th time that we've had this now. It's the Monday, January 14th, 2019. So welcome, everyone. Glad you're here. You can join us for this month's testimonials meeting. I'm your host, Flint Mulhausen, along with Rick Rammon, Pia Larson, and Danny Moe. Good evening, everyone.
Hi, Flint, and thank you for the intro.
Hello, everyone. Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year, everyone.
So here we are in a new year and full of new testimonials, all stored up from our little vacation period, perhaps. If anyone does have something they'd like to share, they can join us on our live Zoom meeting here. And that's those links are available in the usual places if you happen to be on one of our other social media at this time. And you can actually participate in the testimonial meeting in the Zoom room, which is our regular public Zoom room for the Keshe Foundation. And I see we have a number of attendees here today.
Yeah, I just allowed you all guys to talk if you want to unmute yourselves. Anybody want to start with the first testimonial?
Yes, please raise your hand or speak up, because I have to admit that I have lost my list with the names. So please forgive me and remind me. If nobody has anything to share, we might have to ask Rick to tell jokes. And I'm not sure if we want that. So please.
You don't want that.
Has anyone built anything over the Christmas holidays? Or experienced anything?
Well, it's always a little slow to get things moving here. Maybe it's too too early or too late for some people to get started, but that's okay.
Not even the Romanians?
Yeah, they always have something for us, don't they? And I know there are people in the German-speaking groups as well who might have experiments they'd like to share. Christian is saying, I have built a new universe, but it is too far away, so I cannot show it to you. That's okay. But thank you for sharing. Anyone else like to share with us? Okay, so let's go home then.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough crowd today, I'd say. Okay, I think here. Just wonder if anybody knows Harold Ricci, I think is the name. Appears to be a German language. There's a video he has of a 44% reduction in power consumption. And it was a video on Facebook, but I don't want to show it without getting some permission. I was wondering if Adrian had anything new that he can report on his magnetic GANS balls. That was quite interesting.
Good morning, everyone. I don't see in the list with participants. I don't know if Adrian is here or not.
He's on the list, yeah. You might not see it because you're an attendee now rather than a panelist, so you can't see the other attendees.
Okay, thank you, Rick.
I have one written testimonial here that was forwarded by Evelyn, and that is a gentleman out of the German-speaking region, and he's saying that his wife's life had been saved by the usage of GANs. She had ovarian cancer and lymph cancer, and she had an operation, and she was very, very sick after that. And he thought, this is probably her end now. She then had, without knowing, been given GANs water, and it took about 3 to 4 weeks, and they could not find any more cancer. So that's one written testimonial that I got here. And they're saying thank you very much, and best of luck for the new year. That was one testimonial that Evelyn had forwarded to us. And sorry, I can't name the person. Okay. Anyone else? Oh, yeah.
We have a few from our testimonials site here. It's testimonials.keshefoundation.org. A few of the most recent ones, December 11th and December 2nd. If someone is willing to translate, this is in Romanian here. We can certainly read through this and let us know what it says here.
Isn't there English after that? Should be English translation.
Oh,
there it is.
there it is. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, you want me to read, you mean?
You or Danny, sure, go ahead.
Are we flipping a coin, Danny? Is that what I hear in the background?
Yes, that's me flipping the coin. I'm trying to figure out where it starts here. Sorry, John, you were saying?
At the top.
Nobody's wanting to read.
Yeah. Testimonial from Claudia Tarsizia from Romania, saying, under the guidance of Mr. Cordesea Vasilis and Zoltan Sabo, forgive me if I pronounce those names wrong, I chose to deepen this knowledge in March. Since that time, I've been part of my time for studies and research, because we understood the potential of MT Keshe's shared knowledge with other souls. In October, I made a sinusitis, so I'd say she probably had a sinusitis, which then spread with unpleasant symptoms in the throat and then went down to the bronchitis. How do you say that?
Bronchitis.
Bronchial.
It's
Okay. Thank you. I categorically refused to consult a specialist. I often used to apply therapeutic treatments and propolis in such cases, but this time they did not work out. Desperately that we could not breathe because of the stuffy nose, we put the plasma water of ZNO CO2 in a sprayer and sprayed in each nostril about 3 times a day or in need. This plasma water was created together by the Targu Muris group, strictly following the instructions on the Keshe Romania Foundation page for the production of a ZNO CO2 GANs, with the intention to be useful in health problems. I specify that before applying plasma water, I had the following symptoms: a clogged nose, sinus pressure, transparent and abundant yellow mucus, fever, sore throat, discomfort in the lungs, body energy depletion sensations. We use that NO and CO2 plasma water as follows: spraying in our nostrils, spraying on the face because I felt burning in my face, pulsation on the throat and on the area of the lungs, plasma bandages on the neck and the lung area, inhalations made with plasma water. I drank the structured water with plasma water, 20 milliliters on 2 liters of water. After use of plasma and plasma dressings, the body condition has evolved to nose blinding. I'm not sure what that means. The pus had that begun to produce in the mucus was resorbed, became transparent and abundant, remained only a few days. Sore throats have disappeared during 2 to 3 days. Thank you. The discomfort of the lungs disappeared after 3 or 4 days. Body energy returned to normal in 3 to 4 days. I mentioned that we have excluded any other treatment during the use of plasma to see concrete results. Another significant result I had with the same plasma, ZNO CO2, sprayed this time on a tooth to get rid of the pain we had for 2 days. The symptoms disappeared and the symptoms recurred when spraying with plasma water. And on the 3rd day, they almost disappeared. I sprayed the plasma water 3 times a day or when needed. Because we have experienced this technology on our own skin, the truth found on this path is, yes, I can have concrete results. Thank you, Mr. Keshe has made our access to knowledge possible. And thanks, Konstantin Babu, for bringing my knowledge in the way. And thanks to Korda, Sia, Vasily, and Zoltan Sabo for being with us in exploring this beautiful technology. Thank you.
Any of those people here?
Yeah, let's have a look. If we had Zoltan, I think. I don't see him here. Courtesy of Azil. Yes, I see Cortesia Vasil.
Kodarcha Vasile.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Kodarcha Vasil. Is that correct? Yeah.
Yes, it's correct.
Hello. Would you like to add something to your testimonial
Hello.
here? Hello.
For this testimonial, I can't say too much because it's the group of knowledge seekers meeting and exploring, and we just encourage him with the plasma how to use it and how to change it environment with the plasma of zinc and CO2. That's all. But I think everybody who try this technology have a lot of experience, good experience. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, go ahead, Pia.
Not hearing you on the microphone, Pia. Your mic is open, but we're not hearing any voice on it. You might have to check your microphone connections, Pia. If you have to, you might have to restart the Zoom in order to reconnect your audio.
Yeah, drop out and come back in.
Oh, she dropped out, so I guess she took your advice. Anybody else with a comment or?
I see we have Christian. He might have something for us he'd like to share.
Okay, this is just a very short story, and it's a bit unbelievable. I cannot believe it myself, but I'm honest with it, and I experienced it this way. Accidentally, I repaired a computer with some GANs. I've put some GANs onto it, and then it worked where it was defect before. And then afterwards, I tried this on purpose several times. And except one time, it did work afterwards with the computers. If they had some defects, for example, if the memory was not good anymore afterwards, it's good. Or some other things as well. If a notebook would not start up, if I place some GANs, and usually I take CO2, it's working very well. If you place some GANs on the notebook, it might start afterwards. I know it sounds very silly. I cannot believe it myself, but this is what I experienced. I cannot prove anything, and there's nothing beautiful I can show yet. I will follow this research a little bit more, so maybe I can tell more later, at a later time.
So what was it? Was it liquid plasma, or was it actual dry GANS powder, or, and what was wrong with the machine, and where did you put it?
It was different machines meanwhile. I have put the first thing I did was I had some GANs production placed on a computer on top of a MIDI tower computer. And I was
like
wondering,
a CO2 box. You put the whole box on top of
the production, yes. And I was wondering why it's working now. Suddenly, I couldn't understand. But when I put it away, this is what I experienced some days later. It stopped working actually. So I've put some beautiful GANs from Joseph, some CO2 GANs, together the GANs with the water above it in a glass onto it, and it's working very well now. It's different situations. It's not only one. It's 3 times now. I actually managed to make a computer working again with it. And I cannot explain why, but I'm sure it's not just me, because in the beginning when I started doing it, it was not on purpose. So it was not my intention and not my ability. But as I said, I will try to figure out more about that. Could be very helpful, maybe. So it was more or less, most of the time I used a little bit gravitational kind of GANs, this CO2, and I will try also with my CH2 in future, because I think it might work as well, maybe even better, although it's magnetic. It just feels like it would work well. I have to try. I'm sorry, I'm not prepared to tell this here. It's just because it's a bit silent and I wanted to contribute something. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Christian. That's pretty cool. So GANs can actually get the bugs out of our computer. I wonder if it'll treat viruses in Windows.
Well, I was going to say it's it's a swine flu virus. Yes. Maybe that's true. Maybe it, in effect, it works in a similar way in all viruses. Maybe it doesn't even, from its world, maybe it doesn't know the difference between what we call alive viruses. Viruses aren't really alive anyway. They're, I believe they are described as not being life forms until they incorporate with their host and start spreading. That's when they actually replicate, but they can't replicate without a host. So that they're not actually a life form. They're just more like information, which is the same as the computer. It's just information. So maybe to the GANs, it's all just information. From the GAN's eye view.
Yeah.
Has anybody else had any experiences with unusual influences of possible influences of GANs on computers or on digital devices of some sort?
I think that is a very interesting experiment, and I would put GANs on the computer if it wasn't my own, to be honest.
So if you have GANs in your coffee and you spill your coffee on your keyboard, nothing should happen.
It could make you even better on the keyboard.
Yeah, that won't short out anything.
It'll make it faster. Maybe you'll work with direct communication and you won't even need to use the keyboard. Just thinking about the keys is enough for the words to come up.
Yeah.
That would be something. It could be the extension from the keyboard to the organic, biological, or physicality self.
One time, Mr. Keshe said about nano-coating the computer, and he laughed when someone said, I can make it with fire, and he laughed. He said, you don't go to this way.
You can't fire coat your computer?
Yeah, nano coating.
Yeah.
I think the same thing here.
No, I
Well,
don't
it's
really.
certainly tempting to put them in the fire sometimes, I must say, but I don't think the results would be the best.
And don't try with caustic either. I did some 1.5 years ago. I did this not on purpose. So there was some caustic flowing into the graphic card. It was not a bad thing. It was not good. It stopped working, and after some days I could make it work again. But now it works perfect, actually. But it was a problem because it will attack the I don't know the English word for it, Leiterbahn.
And you know what's happening here? Because of the CO2. And we know the CO2 is, what you call it, Rick? The high performance and high conductor.
Superconductor.
Yeah, superconductor, yes.
But what if we use this space gap nano coating? Maybe this could work on a computer. I will try if I can.
Try it.
Oh yes, I will. Tell you later if everything becomes very fast. Yes, actually, it's kind of possible, isn't it?
Yes, it is kind of possible. And also we have things like the figure 8, nano-coated wire figure 8 that's used to protect laptops and computers. I think Mr. Keshe and Caroline have them taped to their laptops as a means to dissipate the various fields that might be around from transmitting and that sort of thing.
Oh, interesting. Thank you.
P is with us now.
Do you have a voice, Pia?
She lost it in the last class. We can barely hear you.
Barely hear you. It's like way, way, way far away. Can't hear what she's saying at all. It's like her microphone's not even plugged in or hooked up. If you can check the your
Yeah,
audio input, select the microphone, maybe select a different microphone.
Or your Zoom audio level settings.
Mm-hmm. And you might find them by clicking on the little arrow beside the mute button on the microphone, or you might be able to access it through the Windows or through the columns up in the upper left.
Anyone else wanting to share anything with us?
Yes, Dan from Romania. It's a lot of amino acid in my house, not in country, in city. In 3 years, I don't have this amino acid product how I produce in this week, like I say. I don't know, and I have perhaps sharing these things or my meduse, my I don't know if it's living creature in amino acid, and the red color of how passing the light between amino acid, no amino acid, sorry, CH3. It's I don't know. I like it so much, this color. If you want, share a little bit the screen. If you loud.
Are you sharing a picture or a video or your camera?
He's coming in here as panelist here in a little bit.
I was wondering who was producing the constant knocking sound.
Yeah, it was him and something there on his computer.
For Romanian, it's
okay. You can come in now, Dan. You can show a picture.
Okay, it's not a picture. It's a
live video.
Not. It's not a video. It's from my camera, from telephone.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I try. Oops. I'll turn it. Okay. I don't know if you...
And there's some clicking going on in the background. Wondering what that is. Click, click, click.
Perhaps
Is he tapping a pencil?
Headphones. Okay. I have a CH3. It's the color. Perhaps is better. How to foreseeing the light through the plasma water of CH3. It's red. It's not my eyes. It's looking in different way, but it's said in the mirror. No, it's plasma water and CH3 settle down, but the color, how light passing through the plasma water is not, I don't know, perhaps I close this light is better. It's just showing the color. And I have, because I don't, I make a kit of CH, copper nano, zinc nano, and pencil with telephone wire, like a Tesla coil, like a resistance between. I have a lot of amino acid. In 2 years, I don't making this amino acid. Also in copper nano with load, it's how to say, photovoltaic cell. It's not, but it's like, I don't know. And now in amino acid, I'm making GANs of copper nano iron galvanized, and I put in the pills of vitamin complex of B, B6, B12, C, vitamin D, and everything else. And I have this little creature here. You're able to see?
What is that, Dan?
It's I don't know, it's part of my soul creating this. This is from this reactor with amino acid. Here I have another creature. I don't know how to making seeing better. Put in the light. behind, perhaps. I have up in the top. It creates like a jellyfish. If you are able how to illuminate this, perhaps this is better. I don't know if you seeing inside. Claudiu, dă-mă mâna de ajutor, ține un pic de microfon, de telefon. Okay. I try to here we go. Yes. Now you see better?
Yeah. Does it have arms and legs?
No, no. No, it's not moving. But it creates in salt water and power of copper and iron, zinc, and it's also I have a CH3 in one part and another part kit of copper oxide. It's feeding when it's created. First is create and I put in this salt water this creature. I say creature because I like how it's sound. And after it's create this. And I don't know, it's one part of me. This is what I've obtained with the pills of vitamins, multivitamins inside of salt water. I am thinking always Jalal when I see this creature. This is all for
It's
now.
look like me. So.
No, like you. I'm thinking of you. Okay.
Well, there's actually some recent science news about that scientists think that jellies are the first life forms, and they came before all the other animals, and before the sponges that they thought was the oldest, and so on. So it's actually like a jellyfish is a good example, where you have this jelly-like substance that starts, and it starts to have a nervous system. And once it has that nervous system, it begins to grow, and it's able to start sensing its environment and so on. So you've got the jelly. You just need to have maybe some nervous system in there.
And he used the B12 and B6, yes?
Yes.
Okay, because it's radioactive materials you're using.
That's what you use for replication and duplication. That's what pregnant women take for cell replication.
It's a Romanian amoeba.
Yeah, that's about as close to jelly as you can get, I think.
Yes, but it's not white.
No. So what environment is it in now? What is it's salt water and
this is in salt water.
And is it copper oxide GANs, or what kind of GANs is that?
No, this is like I say in posting in Facebook. This is the mother. No, it's for the first creature, and I have the second. Yes, it's oops, the light it's not helping. I have two You see another in the right side. First, this is first, and second is this. Oh, now it's floating. No, it's not floating. Yes, now it's see better. The second.
The second one came from the first one.
Yes, this is large. It's in the bottom. Is create another in this environment of salt of water, and it's taking from this initial, and now I have only and this. I have the father. I don't know. I am the father. I have one jellyfish here, another. Now it's in the bottom, it's alone, and in top, a little baby. Okay. First, I think it's like a sponge. When you have humidity and another environment, when the I don't know how to say in English. Perhaps Mr. Shandor can help. Mucegai.
Mold.
I think it's first, but it's not. It's consistent. It's like a jellyfish. Okay, this is it for now. But it's interesting because it's I am inside of all of you and jellyfish, and this piece is part of me.
It looks like you created some kind of tissues. Organic
Yes.
tissues.
And when it's grow up, I have internal copper oxide and CH3. Plus, it's this is the reactor of CH3 because I have copper nano and iron galvanized. It's clear water. It's not like when it's CH or hemoglobin. But behind have the strange and power of blood. With amino acid, with the vitamins, life begin. Okay. Thank you. I stop sharing.
Thank you, Dan, for sharing your new friends with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. Nice one.
Okay.
Anyone else?
Pia.
Go on.
Should we try this time?
Oh, yeah, we hear you loud and clear now.
Oh,
Hello,
that's
Pia.
good. Hello and Happy New Year. I don't know what happened with my device because I have been with 2 meetings with the other device, but no sound. But now I'm here and I just wanted to share an experience I had many months ago. It's nothing I really can prove, but I can show you a drawing of the experience if you want to listen. And Flint, I actually have sent a picture to you, a drawing I made. Did you got it? It's in the mail.
I'll get it ready here for you.
Okay. And then I can tell about it. It's just that I sometimes make a little exercise when I feel I need it. I learned it many years ago, and it's about I contact some points under my feet, and then I have the contact to this place where you call the Hara Center. It's down downwards the stomach. And then I move the energy on the right, down the right leg. And then I go to the point in the middle of my feet, foot, what you call it. And I go through this point and actually under the ground and move it up on the other feet, on the left feet, and up the left leg and back to the point and the stomach. And this movement I created when I was younger, some years ago, and I always use it when I get stressed or something. So when I have this exercise, it's very quick for me to contact this actually triangle, and it's very quick activated. And it's a very, very simple experience and exercise. And after a few months, I could feel actually very strong, the tingling in the points under the feet. And I found out that actually it's very easy to activate those points. So now I'll come to my conclusion, because then I had an experience that was very spontaneous for me. I didn't expect it actually. And do you have the picture? Yes, I tried to draw it. You can see that there's a point under the feet there. And then there's this center, this triangle I've been working with during the years. But the last year, in this period, it's like there's a strong activation through my hands, through my arms and my heart. And it's nothing I have been thinking about or trying to do anything about. It's just happening, that I can feel such a strong activation in those energies there. And suddenly I woke up one night. No, actually it was not I woke up. I couldn't sleep. It was very late because I have been very physical. I have been moving a lot of stuff. So I was very tired when I came home, and I couldn't sleep because my body was too activated. So I tried to make this triangle exercise with my feet just to make my body and system relax. But it actually didn't help so much. Suddenly I could feel this strong connection in my hands. And suddenly I could feel I actually could activate this circulation. And also suddenly I experienced the opposite movement of the energy like you see on this drawing. It's a bit difficult to draw because they're going in the opposite direction, but now you know that it's actually the macro movements of the macro system, magnetical and gravitational field movements. But this I had not expected at all, but immediately when I felt this connection, I could activate this circulation. And it was very, very quickly, it just made me calm immediately, and I was totally relaxed, and I felt very quick asleep. So it was actually a very strong experience. When I woke up the next morning, I saw, wow, what happened there, because this was really something I could use. So I can recommend, if someone would like to try this, maybe just start with the feet, start to contact the points and start to train this circulation, because it's only 5 minutes every day, or not nearly, you don't even have to do it every day. Just if you feel for it, just try to contact those points, because then you start to train those points under your feet, and it's like actually a little circulation there you can start, and it's like a little reactor. Those points is like small reactors. And also the hands are the same. It's, for me, it was even stronger with this circulation. So I don't know if anybody have any the same experiences or can recognize anything. But that was my experience. So I would just share it with you. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Pia. Beautiful to hear your voice again.
Yes,
Thank you for
same to you.
sharing.
And Happy New Year.
Yes, the same to you. Happy New Year. That's beautiful. Yes, of course, that is a testimonial as well. How to build a reactor using your own body. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just surprising to see that maybe there's movements in your own energy system. It's maybe the same kind of movements of the Magravs system.
Wonderful. Thank you. I know we have Angelo who would like to share something. And I think he needs translation. Angelo, möchtest du uns was zeigen? Oder was teilen?
Ja, ich möchte euch einfach mal was erzählen. Und zwar erstmal
Okay.
Hallo, ich bin der Angelo Fede aus Deutschland.
This is Angelo Fede. He is from Germany and he would like to share something with us.
Ja, und zwar, ich habe einige Probleme gehabt mit meinen Knien und Füßen. Ich habe voriges Jahr im Februar habe ich 3 Knie-OPs gehabt. Und
he had problems with his feet and his knees and he had 3 Operationen?
Ja, 3 OPs gehabt.
He had 3 operations last year. Okay.
Ja, und die Knie-OPs sind nicht so gut verlaufen. Ja, ich habe da auch Berichte von Krankenhäusern bekommen, dass die Schwellungen mit der Zeit abheilen. Aber ja, bis dato hat sich eigentlich nicht viel getan. Beim Laufen
Angelo is,
ja.
Angelo is, ich will das kurz. Angelo is saying his knees did not improve after the operation. He had been told that the swelling would go down, but that didn't happen. Okay.
Ja, und ich versuche mich jetzt selber zu behandeln, weil ich mit den Ärzten einfach nicht mehr rechnen kann. Ja, weil da wird einfach viel zu viel versprochen und ich muss mir jetzt gerade selber helfen. Und das mache ich mit Gans.
Okay. So Angelo feels that it's time now to help himself and he wants to use the Ganses on it. Okay.
Ja, ich habe ziemlich viel probiert mit Ganssorten. Habe Pads gemacht, habe Spulen gemacht, habe Reaktoren gebaut mit verschiedenen Ganssorten, auch mit verschiedenen Reaktoren. Und
okay.
ja.
Angelo has been playing around with a lot of applications, so he's been using patches, he's been using coils. Was hast du noch gesagt? Spiralen?
Ja, Spiralen, also alles quer durch.
And Magravs as well, and systems, okay. Ja.
Ja, und jetzt habe ich festgestellt, ich habe jetzt ein Hämoglobin-Gans gemacht mit meiner Information. Und zwar ist da ein Tropfen Blut drin und ein bisschen Spucke drin. Also das ist eine Information von mir. Ist mit drin im Hämoglobin.
He's made a hemoglobin Gans. And he put his own saliva in there and a drop of his own blood. Ja.
Und dann als Kombination habe ich noch ein CO2 gemacht, als Gegenfeld. Und zwar ist da auch ein Tropfen Blut drin und auch wieder Spucke, die Information.
He made a counter field with CO2 and also added saliva, his own saliva and blood into it. Ja.
So, und das habe ich jetzt, da habe ich so 2 Sprühflaschen gemacht. Die habe ich natürlich also megamäßig gut gereinigt. Also da ist wirklich super gereinigt, damit ich auch so direkt auf meine Füße drauf sprühen kann.
Angelo made filled it into 2 spray bottles, which he cleaned thoroughly, and he's applying it to his feet now. Deine Füße und deine Knie, oder?
Genau.
To feet and knees, okay. Mhm.
Und jetzt seit ein paar Wochen bin ich jetzt in dieser Behandlung, Eigenbehandlung, und muss feststellen, also ich habe das Hämoglobin drauf gemacht und nach circa eine halbe Stunde fängt mein Fuß an zu schwitzen. Also das Wasser geht raus, also ihr müsst euch vorstellen, die beiden Füße sind angeschwollen.
So both feet are swollen, and Angelo is saying when he applies the GANS water, then his feet become very hot. Ja.
Und ich merke richtig, wie die Spannung von den Füßen weggehen. Ja, also das heißt, da kommt Wasser raus, das sieht man richtig, wie das Wasser so tropfenmäßig runterkommt und die Spannung, also das wird angenehmer. Und ich habe das Gefühl, dass wenn ich die Behandlung länger mache, dass das zum Erfolg führt. Ja.
Benutzt du das Spray und dann siehst du da Wasser rauskommen?
Ja, nach einer halben Stunde. Also ich lasse das wirken, das ganz drauf. Und nach circa einer halben Stunde sehe ich richtig, wie das Wasser runterkommt, also so tropfenweise.
So Angelo is saying he's applying the GANS, sprays it onto his feet and knees, and waits for half an hour. And he says he after half an hour he can actually see that there's water coming out through the skin, and he feels that the pressure is going off. Ja.
Ja, und dann so abends, also das mache ich immer so Mittagszeit, dass es auch schön arbeiten kann, und abends tue ich dann nochmal schön abduschen, und das mache ich dann jeden Tag.
Angelo is doing that on a daily basis. He does it around midday and then showers it off at the evening time. Ja.
Ja, und ich habe jetzt noch andere Versuche, die ich jetzt machen will. Jetzt habe ich ja gerade gesehen, dass das wirklich gut anschlägt bei mir. Jetzt möchte ich noch Kombination mit so einer Heilstation machen. Also gerade diese 2 Ganzsorten, da möchte ich so 2 Spulen machen, links und rechts. Und da möchte ich mich einfach rein sitzen für eine halbe Stunde oder so. Und dieses kann ich informieren halt.
So Angelo is planning to do further experiments. He wants to build a health station using 2 coils where he applies the ganses, and then he wants to sit in between those coils. Ja.
Ja, habt ihr da auch Ideen, was man da noch zusätzlich machen kann? Aber ich sehe, dass diese 2 Ganzsorten eigentlich schon ziemlich gut anschlagen. Und ich habe ja auch die Krankenhausberichte und so. Also wenn das wirklich zum guten Erfolg wird bei mir, dann würde ich mir das auch dementsprechend bestätigen lassen, und dann kann ich das auch irgendwo einschicken als Bestätigung, dass das wirklich wirkt.
So Angelo is saying he has the hospital details, the research done there, and he has a good feeling that it is working for him, and in the future he's planning to go public with the results and share. And Angelo is also asking if any of you guys has additional ideas on how to set up experiments. Ja.
Ja, das wollte ich einfach mit euch teilen, und ich denke schon, dass das zum Erfolg wird mit dem Hämoglobin. Also da müssen wir noch viel, viel mehr experimentieren mit dem Hämoglobin. Das ist der Wahnsinn, was das alles drauf hat, also was das alles für Kraft hat. Das ist der Wahnsinn.
Angelo has the feeling that especially the hemoglobin GANS is very powerful, and he thinks that we should do more experiments using it. And he just wanted to share that with you. Danke dir. Thank you, Angelo.
Dankeschön.
Darf ich was fragen?
Yes, please.
Ja.
Angelo, denkst du nicht, dass es eigentlich deine eigene Kraft, die in dem Hämoglobin ganz drin steckt? Du heilst dich doch selbst damit. Das ist doch nicht wie ein Ganz von außen, oder?
Ja, natürlich gehe ich in Interaktion mit dem Gans. Das ist mir schon klar. Aber ich habe ja auch andere Ganssorten auch schon vorher probiert. Ja, und ich muss halt wirklich feststellen, ich konnte ja das richtig sehen, wie das reagiert hat, mein Fuß. Also ich habe es draufgesprüht, nach einer halben Stunde habe ich die Tropfen gesehen, wie sie runtergelaufen sind. Ja, und da ist eine Reaktion passiert. Ja, es ist mir schon klar, dass ich seelisch auch dabei bin und so, das ist ganz klar.
Ja, genau. Das
Sorry,
finde ich so
Christian,
spannend.
Do you want to ask your question yourself in English and translate, please? You have great English.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, whether it's not the case that he's healing himself with his own hemoglobin, so it's his own fields, his own power that is being changed, maybe through some additional GANs like the CO2, and then both together interact on his own fields, and this gives a step forward that he did not experience before. It sounds to me like this, and I asked about it, and he confirmed.
Ja, klar, das ist mir schon bewusst, dass das seelisch auch was zu tun hat. Ja, aber ich habe da jetzt wirklich dieses ganz vor kurzem gemacht, draufgesprüht, die Resultate gleich gesehen und die Spannungen sind raus aus meinen Füßen. Und wenn ich das jetzt längerfristig mache, dann denke ich, dass das zum guten Erfolg erzielt wird, ja. Und ich hab mir auch vorgestellt, auch vielleicht noch ein Fußbad mit dem zu machen. Also das sind so viele Sachen, wo man machen kann mit dem Hämoglobin, wenn es wirklich so wirkt, wie ich mir das vorstelle. Ja, das ist der Wahnsinn. Das ist einfach super.
Thank you, and all the best wishes for your experiment.
Yeah, Angelo is quite convinced that it does something for him and he wants to continue experimenting with hemoglobin. Is that the way it's pronounced? Rick,
Yep.
Flynn?
Hemoglobin.
Hemoglobin, thank you.
Yeah.
Learned something. Great, thank you, Angelo. And thank you, Christian. Anyone else like to share with us?
Is there a way to ask how he done his hemoglobin? If he can.
Yes. Sorry, Angelo, magst du uns sagen, wie du dein Hämoglobin gemacht hast?
Ja, ich habe eine normale CO2-Ganzproduktion gemacht. Und das ist halt Glas in Glas, habe ich das gemacht. Also das heißt, ein kleineres Glas habe ich mit reingestellt und ein größeres Glas ist außenrum. Da ist die CO2-Produktion. Und in der Mitte ist so ein verrosteter Eisennagel. Und den habe ich erst reingemacht, wenn die Aminosäure sich gebildet hat, oben an der Oberfläche, habe ich da diesen verrosteten Eisennagel mit rein. Und dann hat man richtig gesehen, wie da die Tropfen in das mittlere kleine Glas reingetropft ist. Und dieses Ganz, wo in der Mitte in dem kleinen Glas drin ist, das habe ich verwendet. Ja, das dauert halt ein bisschen länger, aber ja, 3 Wochen oder so hat es dauert. Aber ja, für mich war die Zeit eigentlich, spielt keine Rolle. Und ja, dieses Ganze ist der Wahnsinn.
Okay. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here. The way I understood is that Angelo is using a CO2 production box, and he was saying he uses a glass inside and glass outside. So I think the box is aus Glas, yeah?
Genau, beides sind aus Glas.
Okay. So the CO2 box is made of glass, and he puts another glass inside, And as soon as the amino acids have formed on the top, he is adding a rusty nail to it. And then he has the hemoglobin GANs dropping slowly into the small glass inside the box. And he says it takes a few weeks for that, but he's not in a hurry. Thank you.
What side of iron? In what side of behind of zinc, between zinc and copper nano, or behind or copper nano?
Also
Okay,
das Zink ist nicht beschichtet, das ist normales Zinkblech. Und das Kupfer ist gecodeter Kupfer. Also das ist aber wirklich sehr gut gecodet. Also das habe ich bestimmt, also meine Coding, die sind bestimmt 4 Monate in Aktion. Also es ist wirklich Power, über was da drauf ist auf den Spulen. Ja.
Okay,
Und,
Angelo is saying he used zinc, which is not coated, and he used nano-coated copper. But I think the question was now, where is the rusty nail? Is that correct, Dan?
Yes, in what side of...
Ja. An welcher Seite, Angelo, hast du den rostigen Nagel dann eingefügt? Hinter dem Zink oder hinter dem Kupfer oder in der Mitte? Oder?
Ich habe es genau in der Mitte reingemacht.
In the middle, okay. So in the middle of the two.
You have physicality, you have the emotion, you have both of you. Like a hemoglobin, strange.
Ja, ich kann auch ein Bild zeigen. Ich habe da auch Bilder gemacht.
Yeah, sure. If you want to share a picture, I think did you make your own, hast du das Bild selbst gemalt?
Nee, das habe ich habe Bilder geschossen mit meiner Kamera.
Okay, so Angelo would like to share his own pictures.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ich muss nur gucken, wo das geschehen ist.
Sorry, Dan, was that a question about emotion and physicality, or was that just you thinking?
The answer, Mr. Keshe saying, depend how it's putting the iron in what side. If you're putting behind the zinc, you have more hemoglobin from emotion part. If you're putting behind the copper, you have the physicality part. And from Angelo Dow, from Romania, when talking from this guns of hemoglobin, Mr. Keshe is saying you are taking your soul in the hand.
Okay. Angelo?
Ja.
Der Dan sagt gerade, dass bei der Herstellung von Hämoglobin-Gans hat Mr. Keshe mal gesagt, dass wenn der Nagel hinter dem Zink eingefügt wird, dann ist es mehr auf der emotionalen Ebene. Und würde man es hinter das gecoatete Kupfer bringen, dann wäre es mehr auf der körperlichen Ebene und du wärst jetzt also in der Mitte.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Also ich mache es halt nach meiner inneren Führung mache ich das.
Okay.
Ich sehe den Aufbau gleich mit dem Bild, wie ich den genau machen soll. Also so mache ich das. Und dann baue ich den einfach so, wie ich das bildlich gesehen habe. Ja, das ist schwer zu erklären, aber das ist halt mal so.
Okay, so Angelo is following his intuition there, his inner direction, and he wants to share the picture with us shortly.
Ja, ich denke mal, wenn es jetzt so ist, wie er es jetzt vorher gesagt hat, ich weiß ja nicht, wer das gerade erwähnt hat. Ich denke mal, dass das Problem seelisch und körperlich ist bei mir.
Angelo says he thinks that it is as well an emotional problem as a physical that he has.
It's connecting three way with amino acid, with emotional part and physical part. If you have in the Miller, you have all four.
Okay. So Danis sagt, du hast die Verbindung zwischen der Aminosäure, zwischen dem emotionalen Part, dem physikalen Part und dir, also die Vierer-Formation scheinbar wieder.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Ja, und gleichzeitig halt meine Information ist halt auch mit drin.
And your information is in there as well, yes. Willst du noch was mit uns teilen oder willst du das nur spannend machen?
Ich sehe es, ich finde es gerade nicht, ne? Ja, auf die Schnelle, das ist ein bisschen blöd.
Sorry, I was just teasing Angelo here. I asked him if he wants to share something or if he just wants to raise excitement here.
Weil ich habe ja,
As always, you do that.
ich habe ja verschiedene Laptops. Also ich habe einen in meine Werkstätten und dann habe ich noch einen im Büro. Und ich bin jetzt gerade im Büro. Ja, und versuche jetzt gerade da das Bild herzuholen.
So Angelo is jumping between his workshop and his office system, so he's trying to find it.
Zero communication.
Ja, wir sind noch nicht so gut wie die Frauen, aber ja, wir sind auf dem richtigen Weg.
This is very good.
Hey, Jalal, you're missing a word, not zero communication. You mean zero time communication.
As you said, zero time communication.
Because zero communication, this is what Jalal right now experienced there between his computers. But we want to make it the opposite.
Zero time communication, you are right.
Yes.
In time when Angelo sharing the picture, I have like a confession, like a testimonial about this shielding of communication. Because in my room, in country, in my mother house, when I have the Magrav, the system of Magrav and the guns, in this particular room, I don't have internet. I have problem with internet, both in the telephone and the wireless line. Another room, it's okay, but in this particular room, it's like a crazy. It's not. It's interrupt. It's perhaps it's needed watching 11 teaching of Mr. Keshe about shielding electromagnetic wave.
Did you try to put the Magrav into another room and try when if then there is no connection?
No, I have a particular connection with two Magravs, one in opposite with the others, and one is the line duty and the other is from light, and it's setting from 1 meter one to the others in same room from 2 years, but in 3 months I have this problem with communication, internet. I don't try to moving this Magrav. It's better moving in another room for internet. Perhaps this room is shielding from outside.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe you have now a new possibility of other kind of soul communication in that room.
I think because when I think in one question, Mr. Keshe always respond immediately, always. I think Mr. Keshe respond from my not saying my question.
I think that's a good testimonial in itself, Dan. You've mentioned that a couple of times in the workshops, during the workshop, that like I'm often managing the questions in the Q&A, and you've got your questions lined up, and I'm trying to find where an opening for your questions and so on, and then suddenly you piped up that, oh, my question was answered, thank you. Oh, Mr. Keshe answered it again just when I was thinking of it, you know. So do you get that a lot, or does that happen only in the workshops? Or tell us a little more about that, perhaps, that coincidence or that ability.
With Mr. Keshe and sometime with you and another person.
And what does it seem like to you at the time when you formulate a question? You spend, you know, this question comes to you, and then by the time you write it down, then suddenly you hear the answer coming in before you even get to ask it. Is that sort of the way it goes?
Yes, it's only thinking of how to formulate this question. I try to put in question, or I want to put this question, but always it's respond before I verbalize my question.
Okay, well, how does that make you feel in terms of what, like,
strange because strange, happy and strange because it's open this door, windows. I hope it's a door, and I hope she illuminate to others. I hope somebody else making same steps.
Well, isn't that what we're after in a way, is in terms of the real-time communication or instant communication, is by the time we formulate the question, then the answer already appears right in front of us as soon as we need the answer. Because before we formulate the question, then we don't really need the answer. We don't, if you don't have an exactly formulated question, then it's all just a vague kind of universe of possibilities. But as soon as a question is formulated, then it has an opportunity for an instant answer. And sometimes in the space that Mr. Keshe opens up, it seems like that kind of question can get answered quite immediately. And the thing about it is, I've noticed that while you're having your question answered, there could be someone else on live stream with a different question that's also getting theirs answered at that same time. Because
yes, Mr. Keshe is saying it's out of time, because it's I think it's how I understand what Mr. Keshe is saying. It's like a library. You have all the kind of books. Depend, you need it. You are needed one particular. You have all the knowledge, but comprehend when it's the same talking, but it's, I don't know, it's like Mr. Keshe saying, when you're reading this book, perhaps from 1 year early, or you have one comprehender, and after 1 year with another baggage of knowledge, you are the always, I think it's answer is in the question, it's inside of all of us. Is recognition, like how to, I don't know, interpret what information you have.
It's happened to me, Dan. That's a lot since about 1.5 years ago, and still. And I increase the amount of the time. In the beginning, it was only minutes between what I'm asking, I'm thinking about, and because I do not have, sometimes I do not have time to ask because I'm at work, and suddenly someone asks the question what I am having in my mind, and sometimes direct Mr. Cash answer it, and at least before 4 or 5 months, I start to ask the question before 1 day. And I make that, yeah, I make that to the group that they ask before Mr. Cash speaks or his workshop, and see he will answer you. And still until last workshop, he answered my question before 1 day also.
I know. It's wonderful. I hope everybody is taking this experience.
Beautiful, thank you. I hear Angelo is ready now. You found the pictures? Thank you. So that is your hemoglobin production. Okay, so you have the coil on the right, the zinc on the left. You have a salt solution of 10% with stone salt. Ist das Himalaya-Salz oder so?
Ja, das ist einfach ein normales Steinsalz. Also Himalaya-Salz bin ich von weggekommen wegen der Farbe und so. Das sagt mir nicht so zu, also normales Steinsalz.
So I was just asking if he had used Himalayan salt, but Angelo says it's just regular stone salt. And
water level, it's up, or it's how is this glass in the middle where you collect the iron? It's up.
You mean if it's then from the bottom, or if it's
die Wasseroberfläche ist oben. Das ist nicht das, was blau jetzt angezeichnet ist, sondern das da oben, wo schwarz ist. Die oberste Linie, das ist die oberste Fläche von dem Wasser.
So the top line is where actually the water ends.
And water communicates.
So it's in the water.
Closer in the water. Okay, it's I think it's about field. It's amino acid in top. You have the gas, which is formed in the bottom, out of side of this jar inside, where is the nil. You are collecting inside in the middle, but it's interact of fields here. It's not direct connection iron with you have iron with is connected with wires. In this picture I see it's connected to copper.
Well, I think it is hanging actually from or it is connected to the diode, which itself is then connected to the coil and the the zinc plate. So they're all connected. Die sind alle miteinander verbunden. Der Nagel,
Der Nagel ist nur reingehängt, der hängt nur in der Mitte drinnen.
Das ist nicht verbunden mit der Spirale und dem
Nee, ist
Zinc?
nicht verbunden. Nee, ist nicht verbunden.
Okay. Sorry, I just asked Angelo whether there was a connection between the nail and the coil and the zinc plate, but he says no, it's not. So it's just hanging there.
Thank you. It's connection between amino acid and. Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
Also der reagiert erst mit dieser Verbindung zu der Aminosäure.
Ja.
Dann entsteht erst diese Tropfen. Also das habe ich selber schon mal beobachtet.
Ja, das sagte Dan auch gerade, yes. Mhm.
Can I suggest something?
Yeah, sure. Jalal möchte einen Vorschlag machen.
Ja, kein Problem.
Friend, can you please bring me to the... I want to annotate.
Yes. It'll cost you.
Then
And Gianni there? Gianni, you have a question? You can just unmute and ask your question.
Hello everyone. Dan, te rog să mă ajuți. Nu am o întrebare, vreau doar să prezint ceva la final, legat de laptop.
Johnny is saying I want to sharing in the about nano coating of laptop, but after.
Okay.
It's not a question.
Okay, that'll be the next in line here. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You can tell that to him.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Jalal needed the drawing board.
Yeah, it should be in now, Jalal. You can go ahead.
Jalal, are you there? Oh, you're drawing already in yellow, okay.
I will make this one stuff here. Take this glass out, and you bring this kind of, this the cup of Coca-Cola, the top of it, you put it here in this place, and
the blue one.
The blue one, and then what you are collecting here exact is the amino acid, pure and enough to work with it.
You mean hemoglobin?
Yeah, sorry, the hemoglobin, yes.
Mm-hmm. So instead of the glass, just the lid of a Coca-Cola bottle, yeah?
Yeah, and
Isn't that floating?
The rusty nail is must be touched to the CO2 down.
You mean to the lid, to the lid? Uh-huh. So you pierce it through, or you glue it?
He don't need this glass in the middle. He just this nail direct to the CO2 here, and make the connection between CO2 and the amino acid. He has amino acid in the top. He's making the connection between the two.
Yeah, just a second there, Jalal. But does the nail touch the lid of the Coca-Cola bottle? Is it pierced? You make a hole through it, or Yes.
You make a hole through that. the hemoglobin will not go down.
Okay,
you will collect this amino acid here in this like a pot, you know. See
the hemoglobin ganz, ja.
Yes.
Angelo, Jalal hat den Vorschlag gemacht, dass du gesagt, da kannst das Glas rausnehmen und kannst den rostigen Nagel durch einen Coca-Cola-Flaschendeckel durchbohren und dann sammelst da direkt das Hämoglobin drin. Das scheint was er ausprobiert hat.
But he need that the nail reach the bottom of the connect the CO2 and the hemoglobin.
What?
Connect the gans with the amino acid through the nails.
Yes, this is the amino acid.
Yeah.
And this is the CO2 gans here.
Mm-hmm.
This nail is connecting both this one and this one.
Oh, it has to go down to the bottom, yeah? To the ground.
Until
okay.
here.
Sorry, ja. Angelo, ich berichtige das nochmal. Der Nagel ist scheinbar recht lang und der soll in Berührung sein mit dem CO2-Gans und mit der Aminosäure.
Ich habe es verstanden.
Ah, okay.
Ja, das schwingt mit. Ja, die Feldstärke, die werden da mitverwendet in der Hinsicht, ja. Das hat direkten Kontakt zu diesem Feld vom CO2 und wird mitverwendet in dem Hämoglobin-Gans. Ja, ich habe es verstanden.
And you have another method, if you like, to do that. When you make CO2, the normal way, you add sugar to it, and then you will have the same method. You put the nail, the same thing, and you will get also the hemoglobin. But this one is a little bit difficult, so a stick with this one is correct also.
Also Jalal hat gerade beschrieben, dass es auch eine Möglichkeit gibt, bei der Produktion von Kupferoxid Hämoglobin herzustellen. Er sagt aber, die Methode, die du verwendest mit der CO2-Box, ist die einfachere Variante.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. Danke euch.
Ich danke euch. Danke.
It's CO2 zinc oxide. It's not only copper oxide. It's kit of CO2 zinc oxide. You are transforming CH3 in hemoglobin. It's not CuO.
Did you hear that, Jalal?
What? Sorry?
It's CO2 and zinc oxide is not CuO. It's not copper oxide. It's CO2 dioxide.
Yes. Yeah, you are right. But this one is different.
It's another. Okay, understand.
Another production of
for obtain power of hydrogen. Okay, understand.
He speaks about it in the private teaching.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Do you have any more questions in regards to this experiment or would like to add anything? Or show us your own experiments or share your experience? Okay, so if not, I think we can call it a day.
You have Johnny
Yeah, we have
with
Johnny.
nanocode
yes,
of
sorry.
no, don't worry, Johnny from Romania, and Marius Paraskevich here for translate.
Okay, great. Yeah. So we're getting ready for a long night then with the Romanian group, huh?
Hello, everyone. Actually, I wasn't ready, but
After passing through the Spanish group.
Okay. So hello and welcome, Gianni and Marius.
Hello everyone. Marius, te rog, mă ajut să traduc?
da, bună seara. Ce să facem? Traducem. Dacă se poate să cuprindem în câteva minute ca să nu ne lungim.
Păi, rapid, scurt, doar vreau să arăt că s-a discutat chiar la început.
Ok.
Doar că trebuie să compart ecranul, dau un share.
Okay. We were saying we will be trying to be as short as possible because there are some things that were mentioned at the beginning of this session.
Se vede imaginea.
So
yes,
if you're able to see the image.
Yes, he's seeing.
Se vede. Aici este laptopul la care am lucrat începând cu luna octombrie.
This is the laptop that I have been working with since October.
Este un Asus cu un procesor i7.
It's an Asus laptop with an i7 processor, Intel i7.
În zona unde se văd cercurile au fost cele două ventilatoare.
In the circle areas, in the two white circle areas, there were the coolers.
Pe care le-am scos și am adăugat cele 4 gansuri de bază.
So I removed the coolers and I put here the 4 main gases.
Am adăugat gansuri și pe cele două procesoare.
Două procesoare?
Păi are procesorul de la placa de bază și video.
Okay. And I also added gases on the two CPU and GPU of the laptop.
În stânga este cel principal, unde sunt cele două conducte de cupru, care sunt acoperite cu gans.
In the left, you can see the main one, where you can see the two copper pipes covered by GANs.
Și în dreapta celălalt procesor.
In the right one, you can see the GPU, the main video on board.
Am început cu CO2. Se poate vedea, am pus picături.
As you can see in the left, I have started with CO2 and I used drops of CO2.
Am pus picături de CO2, oxid de zinc, oxid de cupru și CH3.
În această ordine, da?
Da, da.
Și picături, adică înseamnă lichid, nu?
Mai semipastă.
Semipastă. Ok, să menționăm. So I have added the drops, but more like dryish paste composition in this order. First the CO2, then the zinc oxide, then copper oxide, and then CH3.
Acum schimb imaginea să se vadă și bateria, cum am lucrat și la baterie.
Gianni, poți să schimbi de la tine, de la laptop, să dai următoarea imagine. Click.
Asta încerc acum. Numai un pic. Aici se vede și mai aproape locul unde au fost ventilatoarele.
Sorry for the noise, it's my printer. Hope it doesn't bother too much. You can see a zoomed in image of this cooler and how Johnny put the gases in here.
Aici se vede și unde e bateria, cea care este cu negru.
Și ai pulverizat gaz pe baterie?
Imediat ajungem și acolo.
Ok.
Doar să ajung la imagine. Se vede bateria. Aici, ce se vede, pe una dintre fețe am adăugat 3 discuri cu gansuri de bază, un mix, da, exact. Iar pe... Tradu, te rog.
As you can see here, I have put the 3 discs with the gases. Vreau să întreb, este disc din acela pentru...
De bumbac, pentru demachiat.
Ok. Cum spuneau doamnele că se numește exact? Ca să
Discul pentru cosmetic.
So here are cosmetic discs that absorbed the gases, and I have put them on the battery, as you can see in this image. Mulțumesc.
Imediat ajungem și la cealaltă, aici. Iar aici am adăugat, am desfăcut plasticul de pe baterie și am adăugat cupru, foițele care sunt dreptunghiulare, sunt de cupru nano acoperit caustic.
Caustic. Here is the battery with the plastic cover unwrapped. And here I have placed these 3 copper plates nano-coated by caustic.
Aici se vede bateria, adică cele 3 celule.
Yeah, these are the 3 cells of the battery and the plates that are prepared.
Dreptunghiurile de cupru nano-acoperit sunt recuperate de la baterii. De la baterii din acelea de 4 volți.
Da, cred că e mai puțin important, că tot cupru este.
Ok.
La rezultate?
Da. Înainte de a-l face cu gans și a adăuga la baterie nano și gansurile, laptopul era fix. Nu puteam să merg niciunde cu el.
Așa, poți să continui ideea? Ca să fac...
Da, nu puteam să merg niciunde cu el pentru că trebuia să fie cu capacul deschis și cu un ventilator de desubt să-l răcească.
Ok. Și asta de ce? Se încingea bateria sau se încingeau circuitele?
Se încingea laptopul.
Ok.
Bateria nu mai ținea.
Bateria nu mai ținea. Ok, important ca să spun. So before I applied the gases in these 3 nano-coated copper plates on the battery cells, the laptop didn't have any battery life left, and it was heating very much. So the cooling system did not work anymore.
And always it's in plug-in.
Yes, it was plugged all the time, yes.
Din momentul în care am adăugat gansurile și la baterie și la laptop, am uitat, scuze, să specific. Carcasa este pulverizată cu cele 4 gansuri de bază, cu soluție, adică apă plasmatică, Marius.
Apă plasmatică, ok. I need to add that the case of the laptop was also wet.
Pulverized.
pulverized, yes, with the mix of the four main GANs waters.
Deci ambele carcase.
Inside.
Both inside and outside.
Exact.
Inside. Yes?
Yes, yes, inside. Din momentul în care l-am plasmatizat, îl folosesc fără cablu de rețea, deci doar Wi-Fi, merge minunat.
Since I have applied the gases, I'm using only the Wi-Fi, and it works brilliant.
Este laptopul despre care vorbesc acum și cu care lucrez.
It's the laptop onto which I'm sitting now and talking and doing my work.
După aproape 5 ani de când am laptopul, bateria mă ține mai mult decât înainte.
I have this laptop for 5 years, and now the battery has a longer life than ever.
Și am mai făcut încă 2 laptopuri, mergând pe aceeași idee, și ambele funcționează minunat.
I have applied the same methodology to 2 other laptops, and I had the same results, great results for all of them.
Chiar unul dintre ele un laptop vechi de 9 ani și celălalt vechi de 4 ani.
One laptop is 9-year-old, the other one is a 4-year-old laptop.
Mulțumesc domnului Keshe și tuturor celor care împărtășesc ideile și experiențele. Așa am putut să îmbunătățim și tehnologia cu care lucrăm. Mulțumesc!
Thank you, Mr. Keshe, for giving us this beautiful knowledge, and everyone who contributes to develop it.
Wow, thank you for sharing.
I have one question for Gianni. Sorry, Danny.
No, go on. Yeah.
In one day, Gianni showed us a few screenshots of the battery life. As far as I remember, he charged the laptop in Saturday evening, and the next day it was indicating 0% left with errors, but it was still plugged in. Sorry, it was still on, but not plugged in. And it was about 2 afternoon, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So, Gianni, what you've actually been doing is you've used the GANs to replace your cooling system, which had stopped working, and you have improved your battery, which at this point was kind of on the way out, kind of broken, yeah?
Marius, te rog, ajută-mă, tradu-mi puțin că n-am înțeles toate cuvintele.
Da, deci Dani a întrebat dacă practic ai folosit gansurile ca să înlocuiești sistemul de răcire pentru laptop.
Și să îmbunătățești bateria.
Am plecat de la ideea domnului Keshe, în care într-un workshop spune că putem să transformăm răcirea laptopului în alimentarea lui.
69 battery capacitors and improvement. You have the battery inside the GANs. You have the plasmatic battery.
Yes. So it all started from a workshop into which Mr. Keshe explained how you can transform the laptop's cooling system into a system of powering it up and sustaining it.
Wow, it looks amazing. It looked very unusual, and it's amazing that it works. I've never seen anything like that. I was just wondering there, would there be a way to improve bandwidth or connection, Wi-Fi connection? Is there?
Or maybe even LCD screen quality, maybe, not sure, but it's nothing that comes to my mind right now.
What about improving performance? Does it run twice as fast?
It should, I think. I hope.
Performanța cea mai spectaculoasă, putem spune, a fost la laptopul lui Geta, care este făcut de ea. Traduce, rog.
Doar o secundă, voiam să întreb. Deci s-a observat creștere de performanță, da, după aplicarea GANS-ului?
Absolut.
So we have been able to observe some increased performance into Jeta's laptop. It was a laptop made by her. I think she chose the components and she have applied the GANSes.
Increase of performance or life for energy system.
Lifespan. Yes, battery lifespan, but or maybe both.
Because you can use CPU ID or GPU ID programs and measure the gigahertz of the processor and see if the actual gigahertz is increased.
I remember Angelo showing us a few performance increases after using plasma on older laptops, and he has shown us that it worked. He used CPU Z and GPU Z.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Very interesting for me.
Ce vreau să spun despre bateria laptopului lui Geta, care a stat pe tușă 7 ani, adică de fapt doar a funcționat 2 ani după ce a fost cumpărat și timp de 7 ani a stat fără baterie, adică bateria era 0. Și acum funcționează mai bine decât în momentul când am cumpărat laptopul, bateria fiind originală.
What we noticed is for Jeta's laptop battery was it first worked 2 years, then it was removed for 7 years because it did not work, and now it works better than ever before.
Bateria de la laptopul lui Geta nu am putut să o desfacem că este aceea de stil vechi. Nu am aplicat pe ea decât a fost pulverizată.
And to mention, the battery was an old kind of battery. It could not be unwrapped into more pieces. So we just pulverized with the 4 main GANS waters.
This is very good because my question this is you remove chip from inside of battery
under the plastic. In all kind of battery, you have this limit, like a circuit.
Deci, Marius, asta e întrebarea mea. Dacă am mutat din baterie acel chip specific bateriei, dar a venit cu răspunsul între timp și vreau și spus că mi-a dat răspunsul, că nu a desfăcut bateria. Ok, asta am vrut să spun. Spune-te, te rog.
Okay. So Mr. Adrian asked if he had removed the chip from the battery in order to apply the gas, but Gianni already provided the answer that he did not unwrap the battery because it was an older style that was just one single piece. I hope I translated pretty accurate.
Clear.
Ok, mulțumim și începem și cu copiii să facem același lucru aici în laborator.
Thank you very much, and this is one thing we are trying to do with the kids in our laboratory. We are trying to teach the kids in our laboratory.
I think they have a lot of fun doing that, huh? That's wonderful. Thank you. Very interesting.
If I may, I would like just 30 seconds of your time to add something. It's pretty new for me. I need to do some more testing, but I have done a different type of gas. I created a mix of salts in total of 5%. It was 4% usual salt water, sea salt, sorry, and 1% it was salt of magnesium. And I added a few organic vitamin C and a few MSM. It's based on salt, but it's very, very good for ligaments, for the skin, for the hair, for regenerating your body and your tissues. It has a very, very large spectrum of applicabilities, or it can be applied in many ways, and it's very, very beneficial to the human body. And I have created a mix with that, and I have created the gas over them, and I feel it's more powerful than a regular CO2 gas. It's an interesting feeling when I drink the water, and I can't wait to create more plasma water to drink and to apply on the body. It's just I have collected it in this evening, and I did not have very much time to observe, but I feel like it's very, very powerful. It's hard to compare with some other CO2 gas. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank
you
you
have
for
amino
sharing.
acid. You have in top amino acid.
Very, very little. And
Okay,
I have
thank you, Marius.
all together. I did not separate the amino acids from the gas. I don't have so much quantity of the gas. It's like half a finger, so to say. On I think it's half centimeter on let's say a regular glass of water, if I can say so. It's that little, and the rest is just the salt water that I have collected with. So, but it's pretty powerful.
You are transferring the field in the water and utilize.
Exactly, and the taste is different. Yeah, it's how I intend to use it, and to include it into different cosmetic products, such as shampoo or creams for face and body, and try to use it just like plasma water to pulverize on the head or on the face in the morning. I think I can find very, very many things to apply it, but I will come up with more results to them in the next session of testimonials.
Marius, sorry, one like I say advice. You are washing with the fields. May put your face up of this gas. You are already transfer field to you.
Of course, of course I can make a patch, or I can put into a tube ring, right? Like let's say an aquarium pipe, right? A plastic or silicone pipe, and create like a bracelet or something. But it's more efficient if I pulverize on the skin and let that plasma water enter and nourish the skin, and then apply the field from a ring or a patch with this gas. It will be more efficient, as Mr. Keshe said.
Interact between your gans, body gans, nanocoat your skin, and these gans, you're transferring the field.
Of course, yes.
And what Dan said is more powerful from what you drink, Marius.
Of course, because you create the connection with inside and outside, and
exactly.
in the middle, it's your tissue, right? It's your body.
Thank you, Marius. Thank you, Adrian. You are beautiful.
Thank you very much, Jalal, and everyone. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. Very interesting. Do we have anyone else who would like to share with us?
Luna următoare, poate mai venim și cu altceva. Marius.
Adrian say perhaps next month I show you something.
Yes, that would be fantastic. Thank you for sharing, Johnny. We're looking forward to all your experiments there. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
I added on the chat a link where you can find the benefits of MSM supplements. And one thing is to be careful where you get it from, because different providers may add some different content to it that it's not very, very healthy to apply in some conditions. But you need to be careful where you get it from. But if you get pure MSM, it's perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
I think someone will be very happy today to work with his computer as a Christian. He will polarize his computer.
Oh, I don't know yet, but you know, I've got another notebook here that has a problem. This one always fails if you have a strong need for the processor. And I even exchanged the processor, but nothing changed. And I will take this one and do something with it, I think. So maybe I can force it, because it didn't work with my CO2 there. I will tell you whether I can make it to work with heavy load.
From Rick, it's can I share how to move my coil hanging with the magnets? I have the coil utilized from CO2, and with the magnet I attract. It's not repelling, only attract.
You want to show that now? Can you do that?
Yes, if you have time.
Yeah, we should be able to do that. That'd be good, Dan. Thanks.
Okay. Show screen. I wait. Okay. Let's. Better showing. I have this coil hanging. It's a copper, 3 rings of copper. Like I say, well, it's not in interconnect. And with this magnet, I moving and repel, no repel, only moving. But it's utilized only for CO2. It's not waiting how to see a little better in this way. I have to look. Where is it? Here. Oops. I don't know if see better or when it stop, when it attract. It's not repelling, but it's attract. I don't know, this nano copper interact with zinc and perhaps I have some little hydrogen deuterium for made in this because it attracts very powerful from this magnet.
Did you put GANs on the coil or?
No, it's perhaps it's when it's interacting CH3 in CH oxygen, copper, no copper. It's in the kit of CO2.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's some hydrogen, some deuterium field in the through the layer of nanocoat. It's I don't know. I join only with hands or I looking, but this time I looking only with the magnet. Okay, this is for seeing, no? Because in starting of this session, you hope giving Adrian like a hint about this. Okay.
Very good, Dan. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
Be good to do some more tests with that and get more results. Perhaps it seems kind of surprising. Normally, copper isn't attracted by a magnet unless the magnet's moving very quickly or the copper's moving very quickly.
I try only with coil. No, not coil. This yes, it's like a coil of because it's spring. And yes,
it's the field responsible, Dan.
I know the field of deuterium create inside. It's keeping between the layer of nano.
Yes, yes.
Once Mr. Keshe said, if you bring this two super magnets and put it in your hands, you can even move plastic. And he showed in the private teaching how you.
I move wood.
Yes, also.
Yes. The field, on good field, it's okay for this test. Make sure you have a good field here. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
Always welcome.
Okay,
sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I learned it from Jalal.
No, my friend, we are all learning from each other. Thank you.
Correct. But joining with the coils, with the field, with the hand, with the mind.
Look out for your new creature.
It's growing.
Testing the creature from magnetic field.
You want to put in this magnet?
Yes, yes.
I try.
From the creature.
I try right now. If you want to see how it's comport, I don't know, because it's first when I try it. Let me.
It's the first contact. It's the first contact.
First is contact with me. After it's with. Okay, where is it? I don't know. It's picture is. Oh, okay, thank you. Removing this. Okay, I have in the bottle this picture, and I hope. I don't know. It's not moving. It's not moving. This. Perhaps another. Nothing. It's not interact with the field of magnet. Not yet.
Yeah, it might take several days to make a movement or something like that as well.
I don't know. It's first time for trying this with the magnet.
You could tape a magnet on one side of the bottle and report back to us next month. Okay, I think we need to wrap things up for today if there's no other people that would like to present something.
We might have one last testimonial here. Christian would like to share with us.
Okay.
Oh, okay. It's just a little funny story. I've been sitting with somebody else in the evening, and some more of us, actually 3 more of us, going out and eating something, and suddenly one of us found that something strange happened, and we found that the glasses were plugging at her breast. And so she said, "Oh, I became magnetic. How is it possible?" And then we were looking around, didn't find out. But then she took out a fiole of a certain GaNs out of her jacket, put it on the table, and then she was not magnetic anymore. So her body actually became magnetic just because she had a fiole of a, actually it was CH2 GaNs with herself. And I tried that afterwards on myself. And you can try also if you have something magnetic and you have some CH2 with you and in your pocket or somewhere, then you will become magnetic. It's really strange. So I didn't know that before. I'm going to do some experiments with that.
You said CH2?
Yes. This is this kind of deuterium GaNs, this very dark green to black one.
It's okay for testing. It's okay for testing with CH2. CH2 have two property. El capătă, Dane, nu știu cum se spune.
First, I want to note it's not CH2, it's H2.
Dane, capătă proprietățile și polului și ale polului.
It is CH2.
Rămână magnetizat.
It gets.
So it's on the way of deuterium production with it's simply CH3 production with electricity, and then you get this stuff. And I did not yet deduct the C from it.
Is reduct with when it's transformed in H2 in deuterium, this CH with current. And Adrian saying keep taking the property of south node and also south and north pole.
Fără să rămână magnetizat, Dane.
without remain magnetized.
I did not really understand, I'm afraid. I'm sorry.
Adrian, tu ziceai despre deuteriu, da? Proprietatea despre deuteriu sau despre ce?
CH2, dacă îl folosești, are aceleași proprietăți care le are câmpul deuteriului, fără să rămână magnetizat, pentru că nu este o soluție feroasă.
Ok, hai să traduc. Adrian saying CH2 have the property of deuterium, but it's not remain magnetized because it don't have the property of iron.
Yes, but it was working magnetic. I don't know why.
Okay, I think there's more room for experiments here. Thank you all for sharing. It was wonderful. I think we call it a day and hope that we have many more testimonials next time we meet. Next time we meet would be the second Monday of February, which is the 11th of February 2019. And I'm thanking you. Thank you, everyone. And yes, would you like to close for us, Rick or Flint?
Sure, I think Flint's usually the one to do this one.
Sure.
Thanks everybody for attending today. I can put in my share.
Yeah.
Rick, Danny, thank you very much.
Yes, and we'll see you next month.
Thank you to all. Thank you to all.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you to we.
Okay, this has been the 26th public testimonial meeting for Monday, January 14th, 2019. We'll see you next month.
Hello. We are the Keshe Foundation. Our mission is to bring peace on earth and join humanity with the universal community. We wish and work to bring man as equal to all beings in the universe. By teaching plasma science and technology equally to everyone, no one is left out and no one is abused due to lack of knowledge. By donating to us, you can help achieve this goal. keshefoundation.org/donate.
Plasma products found at keshefoundation.org/store. Soothing, reusable plasma eye and migraine mask. Eliminate eye fatigue and relieve stress in eye area. European certified medical device. Massaging plasma insoles. Bring comfort back to your feet and energize your legs. European CE certified medical device. Antiseptic plasma liquid hand soap. Promotes well-being and relaxation with protective plasma formula. CE certified. One Soul Plasma T-shirt. GAN's formula within the symbols and stripes brings mind, soul, and body into balance. European certified. Pain Relief Pen. Emits a concentrated plasma field at point of pain, efficient up to 3 centimeters below the skin. CE certified. The Magrav's Energizer and Alkalizer raises pH and energizes water through magnetic and gravitational fields. CE certified medical device. Pain Relief Pad, a result of years of research in nanoplasma technology with magnetic and gravitational fields. CE certified medical device. Visit the online store at keshefoundation.org/store or find a distributor near you. Tax and shipping not included.